We were working on a 2012 Chevy Cruze with a 1.4 turbo LT and trying to diagnose a small coolant leak. We're going to show you. This motor's rebuilt. This is a 2013 engine in a 2012 car. As you notice that people said how they noticed the water outlet down here was actually leaking. At first I thought it might have been this hose because I put a whole new turbo. Everything on this engine's brand new. And I thought it might have been this hose because there was liquid down here, only right here, and a little bit of red antifreeze like right up in here. So I replaced this hose again, thought it might have been because of the aftermarket. I thought it might have been just, like had a hole in it here because it was squirting out of here. So I replaced it, put 2 clamps on it because it was fizzing out of the old one. So I thought there was air in the system. So I bled it out by using the bleeder that's over here, the yellow thing that you have to pull out with a flathead screwdriver, and it didn't work. So, but I did notice, if I go like on I-75 or something, sometimes it won't leak at all. Then days it will, because these cars build up pressure when they're running. You won't see it when you're when it's idling. But I did notice right here on the outlet there was some dripping water or antifreeze coming right here, constantly dripping when the car's running or if it's not. I checked all the bolts and they were tight. I checked the seals, they were good. This thing's brand new, and the bolts or none of the housing was wet. So I did notice that it was dripping from the actual sensor, but you can't really see it. But just keep in mind, on these sensors, they're not supposed to move. The one that came with this unit, with the outlet, you were able to turn it all the way around clockwise. And I went to O'Reilly's and I bought a new one. It's a Murray brand, and it fit in there really snug and tight. So I thought at first it was the O-ring, and it wasn't the O-ring. I guess what happened was since it was moving around so much, even with the factory clip on it that came with it, I thought that maybe the clip was the problem, and it wasn't. The O-ring wasn't the problem. It's the size of the actual, what's it called? The size and the dimensions of the actual thermostat. I put the new one in. It is so damn tight, it don't even turn. Sometimes you gotta tap it a little bit with like a hammer, but don't tap it too much to make sure it's in all the way, because the piece of metal that won't bypass that groove for you to put that clip in, so you gotta tap it in all the way. So I took it out and looked at the other one. They look like they're the same size, but they are, but the other one was just looser. So that's probably why it was leaking. So before you go and replace the whole outlet, check and be sure that the actual thermostat is the right size, because they could be the right size, but they can be loose as hell and not be snugged enough. I think it's the little black piece that goes around the sensor part of the thermostat. I looked at the grooves on them, and the grooves are a little different. So that might be the issue. So it doesn't leak anymore, so keep that in mind. I put this motor and all these parts on. I know a lot about these cars. So I see videos where people are actually replacing the whole thermostat with the housing water outlet. Don't do the outlet first. Check and be sure that your thermostat's not moving and turning all the way around or halfway. If it does, you need to get the right one to fit it. And sometimes the aftermarket ones do not come with the right ones. Well, I hope this video helps about the 2012 Chevy Cruze leaking thermostat on the water outlet. So I'm hoping this video helps, and have a great one.